Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Unqualified Film Bros podcast, minus George. Um,
Ooh,
he's not here, but Maggie's here, though
hey
she
Maggie.
she doesn't want to be on camera right now. Um, we are talking about 28 years later, the long-awaited sequel to 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. It's been about 20 years, I think, since 28 Weeks Later. Um, I guess I'll start out with the question. What'd you think?
The question. Yeah. I really liked it. I watched 28 Days Later yesterday. Again, or I rewatched it and ended up liking it a lot more than the first time I saw it. Um, but I think this is one of those I skipped weeks, unfortunately, but that's okay. But years was really quite good. I um Alex Garland continues to do some pretty interesting things, I guess, with his writing and directing style. But
Danny Boyle.
Danny Boyle, yeah, yeah. Oh, Alex Garland wrote it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He started out as a writer and
yep,
then he transitioned.
yep. But yeah, I really liked it. It was interesting, and Aaron Taylor Johnson, he's hit his stride, I guess. He's coming into some really interesting new projects.
Yeah, no, he's doing cool stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta say, everyone in this movie is pretty much
Hmm.
doing a really good job. I think his name Alfie Williams,
Yep.
was very good. And I haven't seen 28 Days Later in a bit. So, what was it like going from that to 28 years later?
I mean, you can really tell how like stylized, I guess it is, and sort of the way that 28 Days certainly feels like um it just gives off the vibe of being a little bit eerie, a little bit unnerving, at every single moment. Just because of the way that there's a lot of like different cuts and everything. But, I mean, I I I I like that we moved away from London and into sort of this isolationist community in years. Um, it felt like obviously the natural progression of sort of how does this violence that we see in 28 Days, how does it kind of more fully ingrain itself into society after all of this time? And we see that right at the beginning with Spike going out with Jamie on this ritualistic hunt and sort of this rite of passage as a young man in this
Yeah,
community and
they
cheering him on
intercut
as he
that
goes off to fulfill his like destiny as their protector and savior, something like that. Yeah.
and they intercut that with the all the news reels of,
Hmm.
boys heading off to war.
Yep.
And they have an interesting parallel there with what's his name? Eric.
Mm.
Um, where, Spike is a person that's needing to do this because of his situation. Whereas Eric was just like, I did it to prove something.
Hmm.
And you see him freaking out, whereas the 12-year-old boy is like born into this sort of world.
Hmm.
But also, they don't know what cell phones are. They don't know anything past, 19 or 2000, whatever.
2002, something like 2000. Yeah. I mean, that's always interesting with these sort of post-apocalyptic stories that span multiple years and even a generation or two. Like even with The Last of Us, you see in some of the characters not being familiar with, basic functions like learning how to drive or geography that was basic or skills like telling time on an analog clock or something like that. I think
Hmm.
that's what I like about sort of this idea behind the trilogy, and I guess subsequent trilogy, with if the next sequel does well. Um, but just kind of like the passage of time and what it looks like within different periods along that timeline of what the world looks like and how people view the world based off of what they were born into or bred into.
Yeah. I think it's also uh we get to Dr. Kelson. Dr. We've got it
Hmm.
pulled up over here. Yeah, Dr. Kelson. Um and he's an interesting character. When first we're introduced to him, he's described as an insane person. And then we get to him and you realize he's kind of the most sane. He's the only one that seems to have like retained his humanity.
Hmm.
Whereas you get the sense, like in the beginning, that they would let them die unless they were sure that they weren't infected, this inability to compromise in that way. And Spike is not willing to compromise, with his mom. So he takes this very dangerous voyage off to this doctor. And then it's kind of like he's sort of becoming, it's a maturing journey for him. Whereas Eric is still kind of immature. But they have a lot of different, themes here that really play off each other. Certainly the skulls are like an ominous thing, but it's also a true and real thing, especially in this world, which is
Hmm.
that everyone will die,
Yep.
and you have to like understand that and, pay respect to the dead, but you have to understand the reality of where you are.
Hmm. And again, I mean, Kelson really is the only one that understands that because he's the one that built this. I mean, it's essentially like a shrine to the people that have died and everything. So yeah,
And he's the only one actually living in it. Like he
yeah,
actually just
yeah.
lives in the world. He doesn't live like in this little society. Um,
And even in 28 days, the leader that isolated themselves further from even the quarantine community was Christopher Eccleston. And he was like trying to lure these women into sexual slavery.
yeah, it's a little
And
rape
for
village.
yeah.
But
But
yeah, I mean
it's
it's
nice
that's
to
like
invert that here with the guy that kind of is the outcast of the even smaller community, is the one that has maintained some sense of himself and what it means to be a human in this world.
and it's kind of a reverse because like you get the sense it's been 28 days for those people and they're already doing this. So
Yeah,
it's like in their person
yeah.
that they were waiting for a chance to do this.
Hmm.
Whereas him, he has every chance to be, kind of a barbaric person. Treat people as like,
Chattel, I mean,
relax.
yeah.
Yeah. And he chooses to, respect everyone and save random people.
And putting people out of their misery when it seems like they need it, like with Spike's mom, with Isla. He's,
Yeah.
yeah, Jodie Comer.
Um, man, I'm missing George's random whatever. Sorry, Maggie's keeps hitting me, so I'm a little
A little
distracted.
distracted. That's okay.
Um, oh yeah, I mean there's a lot of like tonal shifts. What do you think about that? Just I don't know about tonal shifts, but just the way that things are edited together.
I mean, in a lot of ways, it felt like 28 days later,
Hmm.
of course it would, and I guess it should. I was reading a little bit about I think it was in 28 days that it was kind of a unique choice at that time to have the infected be quick and agile instead of sort of stumbling around, that it sort of mimicked the rapid spread of the infection, the rapid spread of sort of the rage that consumed all of Europe and then eventually got beaten back into just poor England and the Isles. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
And yeah, I think that it's a lot scarier to see zombies like that.
Hmm.
Where they start slow and then they speed up at you.
Yeah, especially the alpha.
Yeah, with making like weird
Oh
noises.
my God, it was huge.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, the suspense here is great.
Hmm.
Especially that scene where they're both running back to the village at the very end and the alpha's like on their tail.
Yep. Samson,
Samson. One mean guy.
definitely mean. And I know that we've got a quick follow-up sequel on this. It's already been filmed, 28 years later, Bone Temple, coming
Yeah,
in
and
January, right?
it's coming in 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Maggie. Yes, January. But yeah, I mean, it kind of ends on like it's not a cliffhanger, but
No.
it it kind of leaves you guessing like, oh, what's happening next? Because we have
Jack
Jack
O'Connell
O'Connell that shows
is
up
back.
as Jimmy,
Yeah.
and that's from the intro,
Hmm. Yep.
um,
That was the little
which
boy.
is which is a really cool way to do that.
Hmm.
Um, and holy moly, I it's kind of a batshit ending because he's just buried his mom, he's gone out hunting, and then these guys show up, and it's like they're having a party,
Yep.
killing
And he's got a
killing
baby.
zombies. Yeah, he's got a baby. Yeah, that was a wild scene.
Yep.
Um, and also like definitely symbolism for him growing up.
Yeah.
He's in charge of a baby now.
Yeah, if you hadn't gotten that sort of being thrust into circumstances before he was ready to grow up by then I think they really hammered it home with that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
I mean, I think the rite of passage at the beginning was for kids that were older than him too, typically.
Hmm.
He was what, 12, 13. So
Yeah. And then
he
he's got his
literally,
father who's like,
yeah,
the toxic masculinity, if you want to use that word,
yeah.
where he's like a good father, but also
I mean, for that
he,
world, like,
yeah, he's just like sleeping around,
yeah.
he's kind of complicated.
Hmm.
And then also just keeps talking about him like the giant killer without thinking, oh, this 12-year-old kid just had to go out and was almost killed.
Yeah, we almost got ambushed by two of those big dudes and like the alpha, but like it's totally fine. It's normal.
Just full of testosterone and adrenaline. Um, but then yeah, he kind of does grow up. I mean, his shots get better. He's
Hmm.
not scared. He's
Yep.
more brave than almost anyone in the film at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I love that the little bit at the beginning where I think he's sort of playing with his toy action figure right before they go out. Um, and it's, he's still a kid, wants his little toy, but also I think he leaves it behind if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, very early has embraced his role as, certainly the next man of the house.
Hmm.
Early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Hmm. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's a really good movie.
It is really good.
It's such
Um,
an experiential thing. Like
mhm.
it's shot so well.
It is
Um,
on iPhone 15s with big ass rigs. You
yeah,
have to do
it's
it.
crazy. But yeah, you get some like low fidelity stuff, but
Hmm.
also it's just the way it's stitched together and the editing. It's at points really jarring. I mean, there's a lot
Yep.
of like rapid cuts, certainly with the interspersed reels of things and whatnot.
Hmm. Yeah, I liked the sort of the idea of looking back to what was it, World War I and World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of just like what we used to fight for, what we used to fight against, and now and how it hasn't really changed. It's always been us fighting each other, hurting each other, killing each other, and it's just gotten more accepted and uh, even praised.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's kind of insane to take a 12-year-old kid out to
yeah,
do these things.
yeah.
And even they say that. It's like,
Hmm.
so this is extreme even for this society. It shows you that like in every society, there will always be a way to, I don't know, push the envelope,
Yeah.
like push the extremes.
Hmm.
And then you also get Jimmy in the beginning with his father, who's like, the day of judgment is here. My children eat me,
And
which was
leaves his
a
own,
quite a
yeah,
way to start a movie.
for sure. Also the Teletubbies.
Oh my God, the Teletubbies, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
that's
it was really good. It is, but you're right, it is kind of one of those experiential films where you won't really get the full immersion of what we're talking about without just going to see it.
yeah. I
It's
mean, there's
really
only so
something.
much you can talk about. Like, oh, this was so good suspense. This was really good
Hmm.
shot. I mean, there's no way to describe that.
No.
But I think we both wholeheartedly recommend it,
Yeah.
as do most of the critics.
Yeah.
There's a sequel coming out in apparently like 6 months. So,
Yep. It's already been filmed. It's Nia or Naya DaCosta,
oh yeah, yeah,
Candyman and the Marvels.
yeah.
Very
Well,
different.
yeah, she's good. I like her.
Mhm. Yep.
So I'm excited. I think Alex Garland wrote the second one as well.
Hmm.
Or sorry, the next one,
The
not
fourth
the
one.
second one.
The fourth
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Um. All right. Well, I guess that's it from us.
Yeah.
We will see you all next week for Superman.
Yeah. Very excited.
And you've already seen that, right?
No, I'm going
Oh, you're
tomorrow.
going this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
George already watched it.
Yep.
That's why he couldn't be
I
here,
know.
couldn't
Oh my
watch this
God.
movie.
He was going to see Superman. Yep. God.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Good
Have
night.
a good night.
Bye.